airplanes aren't supposed to do that. WR brought to you live by Live Airshow TV. I'm joined today here next on my left. I've got Captain Chuck Suarez from the
4th Airlift Squadron here at Joint Base Lewis-McChord. I'm a C-17 pilot of the Globemaster 3, affectionately known as the Moose. Good to be here, Jason.
All right, glad to have you here. It's going to be an exciting day. We have a lot going on. So, let's kick it off. Let's get right into it. Find you a seat. Get ready to go. Let's look to the skies because the show is about to begin. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to Airbase 253 at an undisclosed location. What you see before you is a contested airfield currently under the control of enemy forces. In a few minutes, you will get to experience the total strength, agility, and strategic reach of a joint force team involving the United States Air Force and United States Army. Their capabilities were first displayed at close air support request by an established Joint Terminal Attack Controller called a JTAC to a nearby F-15 Eagle. Once the F-15 has confirmed the request, he will initiate a high-speed pass to identify confirmed enemy targets and break out to simulate an ordnance drop. Then, inbound AH-64 Apache helicopters will conduct an initial sweep through the area of operations and remain overhead as overwatch security. This will enable a safe landing zone for the arrival of MH-60 Blackhawks and MH-47 Chinooks. On board the Blackhawks sits U.S. Air Force Special Tactics operators who will fast rope down to establish a 360-degree perimeter for the Chinook to land in order to offload their tactical ground vehicle. Expeditionary Command Center. The other element will load into their tactical ground vehicle accompanied with an American flag and conduct one final sweep with the Apaches overhead to ensure no enemy forces remain. Upon completion of the sweep, they will take the American flag to the newly established command center, raise it, and send a message to confirm that they have successfully taken over the airfield and it now belongs to United States forces. Now, let us begin our demonstration by showcasing the coordination between ground and air-friendly forces to secure the objective. The JTAC you see is Staff Sergeant Chavez, a tactical air control party, airman from the 5th Air Support Operations Squadron, and the F-15 Eagle is piloted by Captain O'Boyle, call sign Kong, from the 114th Fighter Squadron. The JTAC will request close air support for a precision airstrike via a 9-line format. This will pass information to the pilot that includes target location, type, and friendly forces in the area. The F-15 is a fighter aircraft capable of reaching speeds of up to Mach 2.5 that has a proven combat record over the last 51 years. Now, let's listen in as Staff Sergeant Chavez requests air support from the Eagle overhead.
Copy, Eagle, enter the south. Clear hot, clear hot.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, stand by. Our bird is inbound. You see him coming from right to left. As he pulls up high into the vertical to evade enemy fire, he has dropped his coordinates on our enemy position. Thanks to the coordination of our joint tactical air controller, we now have a safe landing zone for the insertion of our men and women coming down our far right-hand side. Approaching the airfield are two AH-60 They move to a vertical position, into attack position, preparing to fire off their rockets. In the age of stealth and high-tech radar, the ability to fly close to the ground and hide in the trees is still the best way to be detected. They are capable of detecting threats with their array of advanced sensors over 6 miles away. With the ability to use Hellfire missiles, a 30mm chain gun, and an assortment of rockets, there are few foes that the AH-64 Echo cannot defeat. Despite the AH approaching its 40th year of service, extensive upgrades have continued its legacy of being the premier attack air and ground assets and maintaining a perimeter overwatch in the skies above, ready to engage enemy forces at a moment's notice. As you saw them make their approach, they pulled in low below the tree line and then went to a vertical position, attack position up high, and then pointed that nose down at the enemy targets, firing missiles and cannons, destroying the enemy positions that lay below them. They now conduct additional sweeps, looking for any enemy positions, bunkers, personnel, or other aircraft in the sky they may need to engage. I can tell you from personal experience, utilizing this aircraft in Iraq and Afghanistan saved many lives. Now off to your far right, you'll see our approaching MH-60 Blackhawks coming in low to the ground, evading radar just above the tree line with our F-15 escort overhead. MH-60 Blackhawks piloted by highly skilled aviators from the 4th Battalion, 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment. The primary mission capability of this aircraft is the clandestine penetration of hostile areas at extended ranges to infiltrate special forces. As you look into the side bay doors, you'll see they're open, and Special Forces personnel are hanging ready to jump out to secure the perimeter. position if they are unable to land. Now you see our special operators circle up, getting a 360-degree visual perimeter in the event that they are assaulted by enemy forces. They can return fire and maneuver as needed. Now in front of you is an MH-47 Chinook, piloted by highly skilled aviators from the 4th Battalion, 160 Special Operations Aviation Regiment. Primary mission and capability of this aircraft is heavy assault into hostile areas at extended ranges. To infiltrate Special Operations Forces personnel, provide standby quick reaction forces, and immediate casualty evacuation response to point of injury. Secondary missions include high-altitude parachute operations, fast rope insertions and extractions, waterborne vehicle assault, and heavy logistics operations. Load equipment. Now, currently being demonstrated by the Chinook is the ability to rapidly offload Special Operations light-build tactical vehicle to enable speed and mobility for Special Operations Forces on the battlefield. The ground elements linking up with their tactical vehicle, preparing to go on the move to secure additional areas of the airfield as needed. And ladies and gentlemen, they're on the move. Ground forces securing the airfield are Special Tactics team from the 22nd Special Tactics Squad. Special Tactics team provide precision strike protection, personal recovery, and place anywhere. This team is classified as and Special Reconnaissance Airmen. Special Tactics teams are utilized for a multitude of missions, working alongside JTAC personnel. Air traffic control certified combat controllers can survey and coordinate the landing of any incoming aircraft, in addition to also being able to call in air strikes. The emergency environment. Battlefield trauma care is not uncommon, and with a PJ present, you know you're in good hands because their focus is saving lives behind enemy lines. Since September 11, 2001, Air Force Special Tactics teams have been involved with almost every major combat operation, as well as enable global humanitarian As you are witnessing, the team is executing an airfield seizure. By infiltrating rapidly from an airborne platform, they secure and prepare the landing site for follow-on forces. These sites can be anything from the communications and can call them in to hit targets across the field. transportation and movements, and sacrifice by our military personnel throughout history. As a symbol of unity, we now invite you to join us in paying homage to our nation. Please rise and remove your hats and place your right hand over your heart as we honor our country by the singing of the national anthem.
Present! Whoops!
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets gleam, the bombs bursting gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Heavy colors!
Thank you, Joint Base Honor Guard, for your impeccable precision, and Specialist Jennifer Hemstra for the moving rendition of our national anthem. On behalf of the men and women of Joint Base Lewis-McChord, we'd like to welcome you to the Joint Base Airshow and Warfare Expo 2023. Please welcome the commander of the 62nd Airlift Wing and today's host, Colonel Sergio Anaya.
Good afternoon. Army Specialist Jennifer Hemstrom. I echo the compliments of our announcer. Thank you for that beautiful rendition of our national anthem. Pacific Northwest and Puget Sound community, welcome. Welcome to the 2023 Joint Base Lewis-McChord Airshow and Warfare Expo. We're so excited to have all of you here at McChord Field. It has been 7 years since our last airshow, and this weekend's events have been in the plans for over 2 years. Going 7 years without an airshow is not a normal event for a military installation. Make no mistake, the planning for this event took a lot of hard work and effort. A major thank you to our planners, thank you to soldiers. that are working to make this event possible. Thank you to the incredible teams, both local and those that have traveled from abroad across the country to demonstrate the precision and dominance in the air and to share firsthand your equipment and stories at the ground static displays. You're representing America's military might, both past and present. Finally, thank you to the Puget Sound community for incredible support. While you'll likely interact in the community with at least one of the 40,000 soldiers or 7,000 total force airmen stationed at Joint Base Lewis-McChord, or you see the best airlift in the Air Force as it approaches and lands, it is rare for us to be able to share the inside of McChord Field with you. We exist in your communities, and now it's our turn to share our community with you. Today, less than 1% of America serves in the military, and so we know that opportunities like an air show and a Weather Expo is a special opportunity. I hope you see firsthand that while we have some of the most technological advanced equipment in the world, it is our people that make your military the most lethal fighting force in the world. I encourage you, throughout the weekend, when you see a service member in uniform, ask them what they do, ask them why they do it, and what they love about our beautiful country. We are also celebrating women in aviation, of more than 50 years of women in aviation and 30 years of women in combat aviation. Thank you again to our planning team, our volunteers, and you, our community partners. I invite all our guests to relax and enjoy this air show and Warrior Expo. It's going to be a fantastic day. Thank you. Flight, fight, win.
Thank you, Colonel Anaya, for your words. At this time, we have the distinct honor to witness a moment of great significance as brave individuals commit themselves to the service of our nation. The enlistment ceremony is a profound occasion symbolizing dedication and selflessness of those who step forward to defend our freedom and uphold the values we hold dear. It is a testament to their courage and willingness to put service before self. They join a long line of courageous men and women who have answered the call to duty throughout our great history.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I will
Do solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the
United States
against all and allegiance to the same.
and allegiance to the same,
That I will obey the orders
and obey the orders
of the President
of the President
of the United States.
of the United States,
And I will follow orders
and all orders
of the officers
of the officers
appointed over me,
appointed over me,
according to regulation
according to regulations
and the Uniform Code
and the Uniform Code
of Military Justice.
of Military Justice.
Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand by for our inbound F-15 aircraft in a low flyby pass. Congratulations, you are now officially enlisted in the United States Armed Forces. On behalf of our grateful nation, we thank you for your commitment and your service. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our introductory event. Sit back, relax, hydrate, drink some water, find a place nice and cool, check out the scenery. We have a wonderful show coming up for you. Yellow Thunder is coming up.
But I see the future. I see exploration and courage. I see my country finding new horizons out there. And I see giant leaps making a comeback. I see myself. The future is where I'll make history.
The newspapers called us fly girls, like it was cute. It was okay. They called the men fly boys. But the message was pretty clear. There were people out there that didn't believe we could do it. We had to prove ourselves. Here's the thing of it though. We all had to prove ourselves. When your country takes a leap of faith, you have to take that same leap. They've placed their trust in you. And the Air Force, nobody will ever give you a job they wonder if you can do. They give you jobs they expect you to do. For most people, trust is something you build up to. For an airman, trust is where you start. Trust in your ability. Trust in your commitment. Trust in your loyalty. To have someone's back and know that they have yours. To be someone's wingman. You look into the eyes of someone who's turned back at you, just as scared as you are. You don't see fear. You see a bond. There will never be a moment when you are more connected to another human being than the moment you realize your lives are in each other's hands. Whether you ever see combat or not, you'll see that bond. You will rise to the faith that others have in you. Faith is a home for courage. Belief gives us strength. Trust carries us forward. We weren't just those first women to fly. We were the women after, and the women after that. We were every man and every woman that America ever believed in and our enemies ever fought. And we were living proof that it is a sad, sad mistake indeed to ever underestimate an airman. This is our Air Force. You are a part of it now. We're trusting you with our country. We trust you with our Constitution. We trust you with our flag, and we trust you with our lives. No one questions your courage. They count on it. No one doubts your commitment. They depend on it. No one is challenging you to prove them wrong. We're trusting you to prove us right. Aim high, Airmen.
Yellow Thunder is preparing to take the skies. Just a reminder, if you look around the airfield all over, you're going to see those big yellow flags. Those yellow flags will show you where we have some free water points for you to refill as needed. So be sure to refill. Stay hydrated. It's going to be 140 degrees on the tarmac today. We don't want anybody falling out. If you do need medical, we have a green medical tent at the far end of the tarmac, away from the flight line. Look for the two largest aircraft on the field and look for a small green dome tent. Medical personnel are waiting if you need some help. And ladies and gentlemen, here they go. Yellow Thunder heading down the runway, taken to the skies. And there we go, up and away. Our pilot today in the lead is Dave Watson, followed by his wingman just off to the right, Drew Watson. Yellow Thunder has been performing at air shows since 2010 in the United States and Canada. The brothers grew up around aviation and were practically raised in the very plane that Dave flies today. Their father would fly to air shows when they were younger, with both Dave and Drew strapped to the back seat. Now flying the same air shows as their father, they carry on that family legacy. As they begin to make their left-hand turn, preparing for their first aerobatic act. You can see during the show, Dave leads and Drew flies the wing. But during their trip here from Canada, Drew takes the lead and Dave flies the wing. Mostly because Dave doesn't like to talk on the radio and Drew's too lazy to keep changing the throttle and maintain position. Now they make that left-hand turn as they begin to come overhead. These brothers have said that their true purpose for flying these magnificent machines today is to salute and remember what our servicemen and women have done and are doing for both our countries, and to teach people about contributions the Royal Canadian Air Force made during World War II, and the contribution the planes you see before you, the Harvard T-6 Texan, made for the United States and Canada. These Yellow Thunder planes you see here today have shared a hangar for over 40 years and include 2 generations of pilots. And they're not done there. Drew has a 3rd generation Watson Harvard pilot coming soon. Now you'll see him back over your right-hand shoulder as they make a left-hand turn to come back and line up on the runway. There they go, smoke on, setting up for their first maneuver. Get those cameras out. because here they come. They're literally upside down. Now, Captain Chuck, tell me what you think. What kind of G-forces are we pulling in a turn like that?
As they're coming across, going vertical, they're pulling at least 2 to 3 Gs, and then they're letting all that off the top and actually blows a negative. He's feeling that stomach come up right in your throat right there. But as they're coming in, you saw they maintain tight formations, what we call fingertip formation. And with Drew on the wing there, he's constant to maintain throttle so he can stay in position. They're doing an excellent job. It's not easy to do with that loop.
And he's been flying for many, many years, and it takes a lot of skill and precision to maneuver the way they do.
Absolutely.
Now, as they make that left-hand turn, we have a very, very, very special announcement. Somewhere in the audience, we have Drew's wife, Wendy. Wendy, where are you? Come out and give us a wave. Hey, there she is. If y'all see Wendy walking around, give her congratulations. She's up here by the front line. She's celebrating her 19th anniversary with Drew. 19 years with this man. Thank you, Wendy. Here they come again. Coming center line, tip to tip, down the center. Chuck, what are we seeing here? We have a breakaway maneuver?
Absolutely. Now, you can see that with the formation breakaway. If you get already, you can break towards Now you see Dave here executing a Q8. As you can see in the smoke trail, is execute a great 8 in the sky.
All right, back overhead, coming from behind you. There goes Dave.
Now he's going to the vertical. He's bleeding off all the airspeed. Get into the stall, and there he goes. Takes a lot of experience to do that with bleeding off all that airspeed. He has to be in complete control of his plane, and seeing that and how he handled that was very impressive.
Now tell us what's going through your head when you're looking up high in the sky like that. You're losing that speed. What are you having to do?
You're having to maintain a lot of. You made it look super stable, but you're managing the center stick a lot, making sure the plane's stable, and then he's having to use his rotors to bring the nose back around so he can start getting some airspeed as he comes down. Smoke on, so you probably can see him right now, and then now they're maneuvering for rejoin, which is also not an easy maneuver, but you'll see him come in right back in that fingertip formation, which is going to be very impressive.
So from a safety aspect, it takes a lot of coordination and skill to really ensure that they give each other the space that they need.
Absolutely.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, from left to right, here comes Drew. And a nice shoulder roll coming back down to wings level as he clears the box, making his way for Dave. Spokes on, and here he comes.
Get your cameras ready and give him a wave as he flies by for us.
Nice and easy, making it look smooth. Back into the vertical for another loop. Looking up, keeping eyes on his brother, maintaining awareness. was designed in the 1930s by North American Aviation. The unique sound that you hear is the propeller tips breaking the sound barrier. Approximately 47 harbors are left in Canada, including some displayed as static aircraft in museums. The aircraft are painted that bright with them easy. As they make their fun facts about the Harvard. During World War II, the British ordered Harvards on behalf of the Commonwealth, and the Canadians accepted the first Harvard in July of 1939. At that time, the American Neutrality Act restricted delivery of the airplanes by flying them in or being shipped into Canada via road. President Roosevelt had a stopgap measure. He suggested leaving the planes 1 mile from the Canadian border and then using horses to drag them the rest of the way into Canada so Britain could get the much-needed aircraft it needed. Here they come in as a pair, up in the vertical, a nice coordinated loop.
Jason, have you ever sitting here today or something that Canadian Air Force can flying close fingertip formation, flying moves, and things like that. So these brothers are demonstrating something that I had to learn during pilot training. Successor with these
Here we have Zane Lee and Drew just on his wingtip as the two men make these phenomenal maneuvers side by side. I mean, tip to tip on their wings, what do you think, 8 feet apart?
Oh, sometimes you'll get closer to that, even like about 5 to 6 feet.
Right hand turn, go back towards the field. Again, come in with a paired pass, get your cameras out, get them ready. You're coming in low and tight.
Now, Jason, you see the speed that they're coming in. May not seem as fast as Kong earlier today, but back in the day, maximum speed of 208 miles per hour was extremely fast, especially during World War II.
And there they go. Smokes off up and to the right. Setting up to make that second pass. Chuck, tell us a little bit about training. You said you've flown something similar to this aircraft. Is that correct?
Absolutely. The T-6 Texan is what they're flying now, and in pilot training for the United States Air Force, first aircraft we fly is actually the T-6 Texan 2. The successor to this has a little more powerful engine with about 1,100 horsepower, and we do the same maneuvers they do. It's just both aircraft, great built aircraft for trainers, but also used in wartime scenarios as well.
Well, it's great to see that men like David and Drew have been able to salvage and save these aircraft for our air shows today.
Absolutely.
Dave's breaking away. Drew continues on. Moving up and to the right. Now, Chuck, tell me, in a combat situation in World War II, what maneuver did we just see?
So for them, they came in low in tight formation, so they're coming in fast so that you're mitigating getting hit by any anti-aircraft fire. They're maneuvering on to land, so you'll come in over the airfield, which is secure, and then as you're coming in, the lead breaks away, and then followed by the wingman, and then that's when they're over the airfield dropping their gear so they can come in for a safe landing.
All right. As we can see, landing gear is down. Two men are on their last leg, make a right-hand turn. Line up on the right. And then again to win. We have a pretty good win today. Should make for an easy, smooth touchdown. So although the T-6 Harvard's roots can be traced back to 1935, the T-6 Harvard, as we see today, first flew in March of 1937. It was built in numerous configurations, both with and without armament. Those with armament carried the 3.03 Browning machine gun in the wings and on the sides of the fuselage. Sometimes the gun was on a flexible mount located behind the rear seat to allow the rear gunnery training. The aircraft also had hard points for racks located on both wings for bombs or rockets to train students to learn how to accurately fire rockets and drop those bombs. You see the two men are making their final approach, full flaps, gears down, coming into your far right for a nice, smooth touchdown. Dave taxis down. Drew's wheels down. The two men will taxi over. And ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our Yellow Thunder aerobatic show. Let's give the two men a big round of applause all the way from Canada. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we all know that shows like this cannot exist without sponsors. And those sponsors made this show possible today through many generous donations and support. The MWR would like to recognize our 2023 sponsors. We'd like to thank U.S. Family Health Plan, Premier Real Estate, Stone Union, our Credit Union, Bell Family Dental, Hot Import Nights Car Show, which you can find over in the hangar bay. We'd like to thank PMBA for sponsoring the hospitality tent. We want to thank the Boeing Corporation. We also want to give a big shout out to Live Airshow TV, who's broadcasting today via the interwebs, so be sure to check out the JBLM MWR Facebook page. You can send it out to your friends and family and let them know that you're here on site and they can enjoy viewing it with you. Ladies and gentlemen, give them a wave one more time for Dave and Drew Watson and Yellow Thunder. Great show, gentlemen. great show. These are being dropped off into a position of strategic advantage. Each of the Warhawk helicopters carries two M240 7.62 millimeter machine guns and up to 11 dedicated service members willing to fight for America's freedom wherever the wheels touch down. The Black Hawk's mission includes air assault like the one you just saw, rapid air movements, and sling loading everything from Humvees to water buckets, making it critical to Army operations across the globe. Shortly after dismounting from the UH-60s, the Ghosts take heavy suppressing fire from a concealed enemy bunker to bring the AH-64